Okay guys, the project for today is actually replacing my struts, my front struts. So earlier on, you guys have seen me do my back struts, right? So now, you also saw me attempt to do a spring changeover in another video. But so similar to what you saw before, the trick of course is to get the wheel out and to get this jacked up so I can have access to the strut. And then I can remind you guys again on what needs to be removed. And then of course the 3 bolts on top. All right, so let's start with the wheels for now. All right. Okay, so now that I get the wheel out, the next things I need to worry about is to remove these wires. Right, there should be 3 of them. Right, so you've got the brake line and the 2 sensors. Right, and then after that there are 3 different bolts. One that's back here, that's a 18. One is up here, that's a 16. So once we get these 2 out, this is technically free. The last bit is actually up here, the 3 bolts here. And these 3 bolts are 14s, okay? 14 or 13? I think it's 13, actually. All right, so 13, 14, and then 16 down there, and voila. We should be able to push, well, this will come down, which will free that up for us, all right? Okay, so I got it out. As you can see, all right, let me adjust this. Okay, so as you can see, everything is all out, everything is good. It's fairly straightforward, right? Shoot. Sorry guys, it's a bit cold. That's the reason why you guys see that I've actually got a heater on, just to warm myself up. Likewise, I'm adjusting to this gimbal, so I'm trying to get better at it. Anyway, so I got the 3 bolts out. I've got the other 2. So here's the deal. I had to take out the whole entire piece out, okay? Because the way my wheels are, the way my shock's set up, it's on an angle that I can't take it out other than taking out the whole entire thing. All right? And then, of course, the bolt at the bottom that comes with the bracket to hold the wiring, so that went out as well. So as you can see, and by the way, I'm lifting this up a little bit because I don't want this wire to be too hanging the where it just breaks off. All right, so the next concern is, now that I got it out, I've got spring compressors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compress these springs so that way they're compressed enough so when I take it out, it's not going to blow out on me. Likewise, when I put the new one in, it's going to be better overall, right? Instead of trying to force it in after the fact. Okay. When I did my Z3, I made a mistake. I only did 2. So when you see how these are curved, when it starts moving, it actually blew out the spring compressor. So instead, I'm going to do 3. All right. For this kind of spring, it looks a bit tight. Let me see if I can get away with 2. But ultimately, if I have to do 3, I got to be careful not to get caught underneath, because then it's nearly impossible to get the stuff out. Do you know what I mean? So the next bit is I'll show you guys afterwards with the spring compressor, all right? Okay, guys, what you're seeing here is me taking apart. As I said before, I actually have to use 3 of them, okay? 2 wasn't enough. Even then, it might be a little tight. Anyway, let's see. I'll worry about that in a minute. So here's the old strut. As you can see, it's not even coming back up, so this thing is pretty shot, right? There's the washer. Here's the top piece. And then there's the nut in here, right? The nut, actually, I leveraged this to take it out. Okay? Let me see. Actually, the nut goes right into here. Okay? This is a 13/16 to hold this in place so I can actually get the nut in. And then it's clockwise to open up, by the way, just to let you know. Okay? So all I have to do now is I keep this intact. I get the new one, which is right over here. All right, so here are my sets. Oops, sorry. Here's my set, and I'll post the set numbers later on, okay? And then I'll just go backwards. Okay, guys, there you have it. I took the brackets out, the lockdown out, right? So here's the old one. As you can see, it's already down as is. It's pretty bad, right? Versus here's the new one, right? The things I would recommend is pay attention to the rubbers, right? Because as you're expanding it and it's, it pushes out and gets locked in, the concern is that if it moves, it screws up everything else, right? And then down the road you're going to have problems. So always pay attention. I had to do this adjustment maybe twice just to get this thing in place, okay? And all I have to do, guys, is just go backwards, put it into the socket, right? Put the stick back in and then push it back up to the top, and I should be good. All right? Yeah, I'm still getting used to the gimbal. But guys, that's how you do the front struts. All right.